और Kapatisi TV. ICFA University Meghalaya is now open for admissions for the academic year 2025. Explore our best courses and apply today. Fee concessions are available for domicile students of the state of Meghalaya.
Menteri Lembaga Jelau Konrad Kongkal Sangma, Ulong bagi lightly ki Autonomous District Council ki badana po rilum khasi jainti abad garu. Jong ka jela ki dangdon ba ka hok bandlum ya ka Khajna. Watla ka Sorkar ka sheme ka rai bani rap Siew ya ka Tulop jang ki dong tre. Ha ka jing ekran bagi lapat hai kubor Konrad Ulong pat ba ka syong ha ka mon jang District Council. Laki pediang ni ki kentat ya ka jing terwa jong ka Sorkar ban Siew Tulop ki dong tre jong ki District Council.
The next point, which has been discussed in the cabinet at an unofficial level, and we shared with all the cabinet ministers and officials, was regarding the important decision for the support that we intend to give to the autonomous district councils. Basically, the thought process is very simple. That the district councils at different levels, whether it's the Garo Hills, whether it's Jayante Hills, or whether it's Khasi Hills, are facing different issues and concerns, and some of them facing financial problems. And we've seen that because of that, the functioning of the councils has been affected at large. And the councils are a very, very important part of our tradition and our institution. And it is an institution that has been, as I said, empowered by the Constitution and the Parliament itself. And hence, it is important for the state government to support, in whatever way possible, to ensure that these institutions work in a proper manner and in an efficient manner. And hence, our decision has been made that we will be forming 3 subcommittees. And these 3 subcommittees will engage in the next 45 days with all the 3 separately, of course. Each subcommittee for one district council will engage with the district councils. Now let me make it very clear. This is only an option. This is not something that is mandatory. The desire to work and to take the support from the government is totally the discretion of the district councils. It is not something that we are making it mandatory. And hence these committees, these subcommittees will now engage with the councils, and the councils are at liberty to reject this offer completely. So there is one thing I want to make clear: this is not mandatory. But we have seen that there are concerns, and some of the councils may be willing to work with us. When I say work with us, means for the support that we'll give. Second point that I want to mention is that all these support that we're mentioning regarding salaries will come with a very basic condition and a basic reform-based incentive. And that is financial reforms. So we are concerned about the financial stability of the councils. So we would be asking the councils to have a principal secretary of the position of either a senior MCS officer or a senior IAS officer to look into the overall financial administration of the councils, to ensure that the money that has been given is utilized specifically for salaries, and financial reforms like service rules. Service rules are important because employment, all these things, aspects are what leads to the instability of financial instability of councils. So reforms will be required, and reforms, as I said, financial. They may be very, very, very clear. We're talking of purely financial reforms only. So whether it's service rules, whether it's financial rules, whether it is procurement policy, these are the areas which, and obviously disbursement of the money meant for the salaries going through an escrow account and ensuring that the employees get the salary. These are the areas which we would want the principal secretary to be there to monitor. Let me make it very, very clear. Government will not, I repeat, will not intervene in the functioning of the council. Whether it's to do with land issues, whether it's to do with traditional rights, whether it's to do with any kind of powers that are enshrined in the constitution, it is the prerogative of the district councils. Even if the state thinks for even 1 minute that it is going to do something in that line, their constitution is there to protect it. So therefore there is no question, I repeat, absolutely no question and no chance for the state government to in any way go into the different functioning of the district councils. As I said, this is purely and purely to do with financial stability of the councils. This is a clear option being given. We will speak to the councils and the subcommittees will submit the report to the government within 45 days, and we will take a decision based on the reports that we receive from the district, from the subcommittees, to then decide on how we will move forward for every district council. So this is another thing that I wanted to clarify to everyone. So this is a very important move. I just wanted to share with all of you that there are certain councils like the Garo Hills District Council going through acute financial crisis. Just to share a number with all of you, last year the Garo Hills Autonomous District Council had a salary requirement of about 70 crores, whereas the total revenue collection all put together was less than 25 crores. So you're talking of almost a 40-50 crore deficit. Similarly, in Jayante Hills also, there is some deficit in terms of revenue, and hence the councils are not in a position to pay their salaries. Khasi Hills is in a much better position. In the past 15-20 years, the manpower has been controlled to a large extent. Just to give a rough idea to all of you, the Khasi Hills Autonomous District Council has roughly about 800 employees, plus minus. There could be some casual ones, addition, but roughly 800 employees. The Garo Hills District Council had 2,300 employees in the beginning. The last 6 years, 7 years, we have not allowed any kind of appointments to be made, and the numbers have today gone down to 1,300. Similarly, in Jayante Hills also, the Dentist District Council has been very strict, and they have not recruited any new people, and hence the numbers there also have come down from 2,000 plus today to about 1,300 to 1,400 employees. So this is the status in which the district councils today are working, and keeping all of these facts in mind, we are intending to, as I said, take some positive steps and reform-based incentives to be given. And reform, again, I'm repeating again and again, the reform is purely and purely only financial reforms. I want to make it clear once again, so that there is no confusion, that the state government has no intent to interfere in the day-to-day functioning and the constitutional provisions that have been given to the district councils.
Report of the Commission of Inquiry on the Autonomous District Council Administration in the state of Meghalaya. But this report till now has not been brought to the cabinet or neither placed in the assembly. So will the government revisit to this report submitted by the Chief Justice? Because in the report he has clearly stated, if reform were not taken, this council in Meghalaya will have a natural death.
Well, I guess the report is quite relevant from that point of view. It's not that I'm speaking in general of all the councils. Some councils are doing better compared to others because they have a better structured system in place. But at large, absolutely right, the councils need to have their own reforms internally. And we are ready to guide and as a system, especially, as I said, the financial reforms. Coming to your committee report, which you mentioned, definitely we'll examine it. It's a long time back. It's almost 30 years, 40 years back. So really it's difficult for me to give any comment right now. But I will definitely examine the matter. Definitely. It's a very good point you've made. I'll definitely examine it. We will talk to the councils, and the councils that are agreeable to work with the government based on a simple condition and a reform for financial reforms. Again, I repeat, financial reforms only, where we are focusing on, number one, utilization of the money that we give for now for the salaries, and different aspects of service rule, financial rules and procurement rules and so on and so forth. Based on those conditions, yes, from 1st of November, we intend to work with those councils that are willing to work with us and agreeing to this basic condition. And we will pay the salaries on 1st along with the salaries of the government employees. We are not going to be interfering in the files. We're not interfering in the procedures. We're not interfering in the land rights and the different aspects of the powers of the district councils as per the Constitution of India, and we can't. We don't have the right also to do it. So we're very, very clear about it. And that's the reason in the past I've been mentioning again and again that these are autonomous bodies, and therefore it's their responsibility, it's an internal matter, and they have their own government, so it is not possible for us to interfere. But it is only a measure from our side, considering the financial constraints they're facing, that we would like to financially only work with them to see that in the long term there is a financial stability. So that is really what our objective is.
Sir, when it comes to district council, so just like you mentioned that it's not mandatory.
Yes, it's
so
not.
just in case if a particular district council accepted the offer of the state government to pay its salaries, then will that district council still have the rights to collect taxes, you know?
Yes, they will.
So then what will be the use of those tax which they are collected if they cannot pay?
So that this committee that we formed is going to work, the subcommittee that we formed is going to work on those details. All I'm saying right now is that considering the challenges they face, the employees should not suffer. Today, because employees are not getting salaries, the councils are not functioning. And Jente Hills also is facing problems, Carlos is facing problems. So what we are guaranteeing is that the employees will not have to suffer, and the salaries will be cleared on time, and work will continue. And in the process, we will go for reforms, financial reforms, again I'm repeating, because people are confused about that also. And we will do the financial reforms internally and work towards strengthening the councils so that they have become again financially independent. And we expect that revenues will go up in that line. So therefore, this subcommittee that we have formed will go into all of these details. So this money will be there. So as I said, right now, what is important for us is that we realize that intervention of the government is necessary at this point in time. I've got enough memorandums from Jente Hills, I've got enough memorandums from Garo Hills, and therefore, considering the situation, we are concerned about the functioning of the councils and the employees, and so we will be paying their salaries on 1st of every month. And then, as I said, this subcommittee that has been formed is going to work out on the details of other factors, how to increase revenue, how to use that revenue in the salary part or not. And this will be done as per the district council and the different governments that are there. Discussion will be done with them. That's a question in 1972 which should have been looked into. But I think we're in a situation where these are now integral part of our system and of our governance. And therefore, this is a larger matter that has to be decided by Parliament. A lot of people actually have been questioning and saying that this government doesn't want district councils to continue. Absolutely incorrect. That is not our intention at all. And it is not even our jurisdiction to say that. It is the Parliament that decides about the future of the district councils. We have no power in that. So keeping that in mind, the councils have got a very important role to play. And and the different powers and different subjects have been identified in the Constitution. So therefore, from that point of view, they are relevant very much. Can they do better? Well, they have to figure it out themselves. I don't want to comment on that. But I personally feel, without interfering into their role, that there are a lot of areas where we can improve the overall functioning. And I hope the councils will look into that. But as I said, for me as of now, I'm purely talking about their financial stability. They have already exhausted their funds, which is absolutely correct. They are going in a negative balance. That's also correct. And that's the reason why salaries are not being able to be paid on time. But as I said, though they are an autonomous body, And though it is their responsibility, technically speaking, it is our responsibility, politically speaking, to support important organizations like these. And therefore, as I said, it's an important decision. It's a historical decision in one way, that today government is coming forward and giving, in a way, an olive branch, so that we see the continuity of these traditional institutes, which are very, very important for our preservation of our people, culture, traditions. And therefore, we are going out of our way to make this happen. So that's why it's an important decision. And you're right, it's a negative balance. But it is important for us as a government to not neglect and to support organizations like these when they are in need. And that's the decision we've taken.